What's the most broken move in competitive Pokemon's long history? Is it a boosting move, like Geomancy? Is it an evasion move, like Double Team? Not in my opinion, no. In my opinion, it's a move that's completely novel to competitive Pokemon. Dire Claw, Sneasler's signature move. For those of you unfamiliar, Sneasler is a new Pokemon which is basically a new age badass Weavile Sneasel type. I know that's not the best description of it, but hear me out. It looks just like it, but it's got a new nice color. And it has similar stats in that it has sky high attack and speed with lesser defenses. Most notably though, it gained access to a move called Dire Claw. Dire Claw is a move that is allowing it not only to have a good chance to deal some great damage as a strong poison type move, but also has a 50% chance to leave the target poisoned, paralyzed, or asleep. This is especially notable if you couple it with the ability Poison Touch. Poison Touch is, of course, an ability that can give you a greater chance to poison the opponent. So you've got a greater chance than not to status any opponent. See, this is ridiculous. This is Pokemon Lottery version. Just plain and simple. I can click Dire Claw into a Landorus T and do 20%, 12%, whatever it is. Not very good damage because Intimidate, Resist, and good defense. But if I poison it, that's another 12% each turn. So after 3 turns, that's 50%. After 6 turns, it's basically dead. Couple that with game flow, more chip, and suddenly you're only able to counter Sneasler, or check Sneasler rather, 1 or 2 times with your would-be checks. Of course, sleep would be even worse. If it's asleep, it can't check anything. Suddenly, you're able to run Rampant, you get a free turn to switch out. The point is that Dire Claw is already on a good Pokemon with Sneasler. Not a broken Pokemon outright. It's not something that's as good as the other Pokemon we've highlighted recently when I did a video on Regieleki and Magearna, 2 of the most broken Pokemon in the game, but Dire Claw has some dire circumstances in competitive Pokemon, and it's going to lead us to a complicated tiering discussion on Sneasler in the long haul, in my opinion. In that, is the craziness, the wildness of this move enough to push Pokemon over the top, or is the Pokemon shortcomings potentially enough to keep it balanced? Because right now, Sneasler is able to be checked by things like Landorus T, Toxapex, Goldango, Great Tusk, just because Poison Fight is admittedly not the best typing. It's cool because Poison is resisted by Steel, and close combat can hit that, which is a complementary coverage move it gets, but at the same time, it's definitely not all the coverage you need in the world, and it doesn't get moves like Earthquake you wish to see it get, unfortunately. So let's go into what Sneasler can do in the metagame, how dire the situation with Dire Claw truly is Sneasler that good? Is this truly the best move of all time? Or is this just a little preemptive worry and it's ultimately going to settle and be fine? Let's find out in this video. So, first and foremost, the best set in Sneasler for me has been the Choice Band set so far, mainly because it can circumvent some of its bad defensive matchups such as Toxapex, Great Tusk, Goldango, Skelders with Trick, or rather Switcheroo, which displaces an item. Couple this with the potential for status, and you could really put opponent a step or 2 behind, even when they're just doing the right thing, switching in their counter, and having that ability to kind of circumvent counterplay is a huge bonus of Sneasler, in my opinion. Of course, though, there are other ways of using it. Choice Band with Poison Touch, it's basically a wrecking ball in terms of stats and positioning, but admittedly, even with 130 base special attack, it's not doing all the damage in the world because a lot of its attacks can be resisted, and it's me doing a lot of U-turn pivoting out against things that are scary because it's pretty fragile. Rooting a Swords Dance with the ability Unburden, which is another ability it gets, is actually very cool. Past that with Air Balloon, so it's able to be immune to Earthquake or Earth Power, which would truly take it out from many of the users of those moves, and suddenly it's forced to take resistant attack and gets a free turn, coupled with the fact it can run Acrobatics, which gives great complementary coverage to the move you're using currently. Dire Claw and Close Combat hitting plenty of things as well. Unfortunately, you're still walled by things like Goldango, but you're able to hit Great Tusk, which can go a long way, and Air Balloon might help you with things like a Chip Landorus T or Garchomp as well. All in all, this set doesn't highlight Dire Claw's spammability factor in the most abuse of it, but it does give you a different look at Sneasler as a potential sweeper. I definitely wouldn't consider this set to be broken or problematic whatsoever. It's just worth highlighting. Some other ways of using it would be a Choice Scarfer, running it similar to Choice Band but more so as a revenge killer, while still having Switcheroo as its disposal. as well as the potential for a Life Orb Terrablast set with Terrablast Ice for Landers, Garchomp, Great Tusk, or Terrablast Ground for things like a Goldango and Toxapex, or even opposing Sneasler if you see so appropriate. Finally, you could also see something like a lead set, as it does get access to Toxic Spikes, and even could be cool with Counter, Unburden, Focus Sash, I guess get like fast taunts and Toxic Spikes. I've never seen this, honestly. I just wanted a 6 set to round it out. I mean, I was going through the discussion thread, and I saw it was pretty cool that there were a couple different ways to use it. You know, people were using Gunk Shot. That's fun, but yeah, I mean, all in all, it was definitely kind of limited. One of the main drawbacks of Sneasler, and why I don't know if it'll be broken or even that amazing in OU, is because it unfortunately has a pretty limited move pool. You really wish it got 1 or 2 more coverage moves. An Ice Punch or an Earthquake would go such a long way in a Pokemon like this, but unfortunately it doesn't have those at its disposal. It does affect the Fire Punch, but I'm not too sure how redeeming that's going to be, considering how great Close Combat's coverage already is, covering many things that it does, besides from Goldango, really. And Goldango is so often terrestrializing that it almost is moot. Regardless of that fact, though, I think Dire Claw is really the thing we're going to have to look at under the microscope here and determine if it is a problem or if it's balanced or somewhere in between. Right now, I think Dire Claw is not going to be something that we're going to want in our metagame, and it might end up having Sneasler be an unfortunate sacrifice of that, as nothing else gets access to Dire Claw, leaving us in a similar position where we were in Houndstone and Last Respects prior to the release of other Pokemon that get Last Respects. Do you think that Dire Claw's effects are too dire in the metagame? I'm honestly very curious, because we have a very polarized cast of opinions right now. A lot of people are saying it's balanced, and from playing so far, I'm inclined to sort of agree, but in the long haul, I can't see the effects of something like Dire Claw being very good in the metagame. Perhaps, though, it's just negligible enough to where it's fine in OU, and maybe it's just too much for lower tiers. I'm really curious, and honestly, of all the Pokemon, this is the one I'm the least sure about. Also because I've only played it a handful of times, both as an opposing Pokemon and as my own Pokemon, so I'm going to have to go ahead and try it more. If you guys want to try it more, I definitely try out these sets. I'll happily, give them to you. I'll try and post Pokepaste of them in the description of the video, and hopefully I'll do the same for the other videos as well. But yeah, I mean, what do you think? It's just such a wild, novel concept of a move, and Pokemon, honestly, and just the way they've been doing things this generation, so much firepower, so many different effects and craziness. So I'm really curious to see what ultimately comes of it. All in all, though, guys, we are running short on time. I'm gonna have to get going in a couple of minutes. This is gonna be my third recorded video of the night, and this will probably go out on I guess Friday or Saturday or something like that. So it's been crazy, though. I mean, I'm really enjoying. If you're just watching for Sneasler, you can leave right now. I'm like talking personally. I'm just really enjoying the channel grind and being back at the content, engaging with the community. I'm super duper active on Twitter. For those of you guys that don't follow there, check that out. There's tons of Pokemon memes, during discussion, just engaged debate, a bunch of passionate people, and that's just awesome, I've really been having some fun with that. So yeah, but if you guys are enjoying this, let me know down below, because those comments, they can make a day. They really do move you. So it'd be great to keep going. Getting close to 10,000 subscribers, so if you could pound that subscriber button, get me up there. That'd mean a lot to me. And let me know, what do you want to see? Do you want to see more videos? If so, what topics? Let me know in the comments below. I do read those normally during passing at work, honestly. So yeah. Okay. Thanks everyone. I really do appreciate it. I'll let you go now, but have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks. Okay. Bye.